Volley Nivelt. He's not only a pro snowboarder, he's also a master shaper. He started creating his own bindingless shapes, which are called Asmo boards. But when it comes to his regular snowboards, he still works with Salomon. It's not like with some pros where you feel they maybe added a signature to the board, chosen the graphic. With Volley and Salomon, the guys have worked hand in hand to produce some pretty cool models. This particular one here is the 2015-2016 Assassin. Now this is one of Salomon's most popular boards. Why? Because like most of the most popular boards, it's marketed as an all-mountain snowboard. In terms of the shape, it's a true twin. So the nose and the tail are exactly the same. Good for going switch. In terms of the profile, it's got what Salomon call rock out camber. It's got camber in the middle, then it goes a little bit flat, and then you've got a bit of rocker at the nose and the tail. Another thing about the shape of this board worth noting is that the nose and tail are pretty long. What does all that mean? Well, if you know anything about Volley, you know that he likes to get into the powder as much as possible. And although this is an all-mountain board, it's definitely one that plows through deep snow pretty well. In terms of piste riding, you've got an interesting feature on this, which is cork in the sidewalls, which Salomon say helps with dampening. I did find that in a straight line, this thing is a very smooth ride. It feels really stable. In terms of turning, it's torsionally pretty stiff. So that means side to side, it's quite stiff. From the nose to the tail, quite flexy, good for popping jumps on. It's actually got basalt in the core, which is a little bit like carbon, but it's a natural material. And that adds to the snap. When you're going edge to edge, it feels very responsive, and you do need to be aware of that. It can sometimes feel a little bit twitchy if you're horizontal to the slope. So with that in mind, it's probably not a board that I would recommend for a total beginner. But if you're an intermediate snowboarder and you like to ride everything and you want a lively, responsive board that is good in the powder, then you couldn't go too far wrong checking out the Salomon Assassin.